Ever meet someone with a real phobia? I knew a girl with arachnophobia, fear of spiders. True story. Once she called 911 because there was a spider in the house. Whenever she saw even a tiny spider, she would scream and run out of the room. That's a phobia. So all these people calling Trump homophobic, do they actually think that when he sees a gay guy, he's like, get it away? Hello again, fellow American citizens. A phobia is typically defined as an intense or irrational fear. If Trump really had as many phobias as the media claims, he'd be curled up in the fetal position, rocking back and forth, afraid to leave the house, or even turn on the TV because he might catch a glimpse of Anderson Cooper or John Oliver. Here are the top 3 phobias of which he's accused of suffering and why they're totally ridiculous. First is islamophobia. Trump isn't afraid of Muslims. He doesn't hate Muslims. No one in America hates Muslims. We do, however, rightly so I might add, hate the teachings of radical Islam, probably because the followers of these teachings tend to hate Americans and all Western culture, and then kill bunches of people over and over and over and over and over and over again. So yeah, America is not big fans of radical Islam. Not sorry. He has since clarified his earlier statement of banning all Muslims quite clearly by stating in his contract with the American voter that he intends to suspend immigration from terror-prone regions where vetting cannot safely occur. Makes sense, right? If you have a problem with that, then clearly your fear of being called an Islamophobe is clouding your judgment. Trump holds the safety of American citizens in high regard, and he should, seeing as how it's one of the few actual responsibilities of the federal government. Trump hates terrorists, and so do I. Keeping them outside of America's borders is a great idea. And if Muslims truly want to be a part of the greatest culture and the greatest country the earth has ever known, why do they spread misinformation in an attempt to further divide Muslims from the rest of us? This dude Hassan has a video which had some great points about unity and standing together regardless of religion, but then he spews this verbal feces.
In fact, since Donald Trump announced his presidency, anti-Muslim hate crimes have gone up over 500%.
Anti-Muslim hate crimes in America have gone up over 500%, but not since Trump announced his bid for presidency. They've gone up that much since 9/11. You do remember that, right, Hassan? Another study did show that there were increased anti-Muslim hate crimes in California after Trump made his announcement compared to the same period the previous year. But he made his announcement just days after the San Bernardino massacre. So don't blame Trump for the uptick in violence. Blame radical Islamists killing innocent American civilians while yelling, Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Number 2 is xenophobia. Trump does not have an irrational fear of immigrants. You want proof? His wife is an immigrant. Yup. His wife Melania will be only the second first lady in American history to be an immigrant, and arguably the hottest first lady ever. And his first wife, Ivana, was also an immigrant. This dude is not afraid of immigrants. In fact, he makes babies with immigrants. Suck on that. And finally, number 3, homophobia, transphobia, or whatever other alternative lifestyle phobia you can think of. His entire campaign, he has only mentioned these people once, and that was during the Republican National Convention.
As your president, I will do everything in my power to protect our LGBTQ citizens from the violence and oppression of a hateful foreign ideology. Believe me.
That didn't sound bad at all. In fact, it sounded like he wants to help keep these folks safe. And he actually correctly used this year's most mainstream acronym when referring to them.
LGBTQ.
See? And that wasn't easy for him. He practiced hard to say that, and he got it right. So that's the only time he mentioned it in this campaign season, and then we still get guys like this.
This is the equivalent of having the f***ing Westboro Baptist Church as president.
Seriously? Westboro Baptist? The weirdos with the God hates fag signs? I defy anyone to show me even once where Trump says he hates fags. Trump doesn't hate fags. Frankly, fags aren't even on his radar. He's far more concerned with more pressing issues like border security, jobs, trade, terrorism. These are huge issues that affect all Americans, no matter if they're gay, straight, bi, queer, trans, hermaphrodite. Believe me, these acronym folks are way down on his list of concerns, if they're even on the list. This actually might be one of the reasons why they're angry at Trump. They're used to being treated as a high priority the last few years. Well, sorry, but there are much bigger problems we need to fix first. We get it, you're special, but you're no more important than anyone else. Not even, and this might come as a shock, cis white males. And hopefully this comment on his 60 Minutes interview will calm them down a bit.
The issue for them is marriage equality. Do you support marriage equality?
It's irrelevant because it was already settled. It's law. It was settled in the Supreme Court. I mean, it's done.
So even if you appoint a judge that...
It's done. You have, these cases have gone to the Supreme Court. They've been settled. And I'm fine with that.
It's settled, and he's fine with it. See? Not even on his radar. So the media and these protesters need to stop assigning all these imaginary phobias to Trump. He's probably more mentally stable than any of them. Maybe we should start calling all of them Trumpophobic. I think the definition describes them much more accurately. After all, don't they have an intense and irrational fear of Trump? Fucking A right. Hey, do you love America? Well, America loves you, and so do I. Just as friends. Check out one of these videos, and don't forget to subscribe, and let's be Twitter buds. Let's keep this party rolling. Fucking A.